Die My Love is a movie that I just found out about, so I wanted to watch it. It's the newest film from director Lynne Ramsay. Now, a lot of people have heard of Lynne Ramsay's couple of films. She kind of took the world by storm with We Need to Talk About Kevin, which is a harrowing story about a mass shooter at a school. And then there's You Were Never Really Here with Joaquin Phoenix, which is another grubby little thriller. She did two films before that, but this is her latest one. It is based off of a Spanish novel, I believe, and Martin Scorsese read it and wanted to get it made, so Lynne Ramsay directed. Was able to get Jennifer Lawrence in the role. She plays Gracie, and then there's her boyfriend Jackson. The two of them are moved from New York to rural Montana, where it's a house belonging to Jackson's uncle, and it's kind of a fresh start for the two of them. She later gets pregnant and they have their first child, and they're sort of in this house. However, Gracie's kind of cooped up. She's supposed to be a writer. She's supposed to use the solace and the time to sort of find herself, but she's got postnatal depression, and that's kind of like the main conflict of the story. Jackson's always away for work 4 days out of the week, and meanwhile he brings home an annoying dog that won't stop yapping. So Gracie's kind of like going through all this stuff, and the movie's definitely a feel-bad movie. I knew going in it would probably have some heavy themes, some harrowing moments, and the movie's a kind of a slow crawl, to be honest. The movie isn't like a cliche where she's like screaming every 5 seconds, and it's more of a slow bubbling build-up. It's something that's sort of in the background. Most people are kind of, lucid most of the time, but then there's a point where you're just not, and Grace sort of slowly slips down a sort of dark path, and then there's some weird stuff going on. You're not sure if it's dreams or not. It's very ethereal the way the film's directed. Amazing soundtrack. The soundtrack does a lot of juxtaposition, so they'll have like a baby song playing in the background because it's being played for the child, and then they're having a fight, but it's got like a annoying song, kitty song in the background. Or it'll always be placed for awkward moments, like moments that require reflection, or someone's passing and it's an awkward song, or the song will literally have lyrics that mimic stuff in real life. So really good usage of soundtrack, and the cinematography is really good. So is the acting. We're mainly focusing on Jennifer Lawrence as her slow breakdown, and then Robert Pattinson's really stoic and kind of like reserved. He's kind of like, he's not the perfect husband, but he's like trying. So on the outside, he looks like he's doing a lot for her, but he's not really. And it's really just like not a toxic relationship in the straightest sense, but it's more of just a bad fit, and sort of like you don't know why they're together, and they love each other, but it definitely is not a good fit. And especially as time goes on, because stuff happens, and like it's a really raw performance from Jennifer Lawrence. She's a little bit naked in this movie. It's not titillating, but it's supposed to be like vulnerable and kind of messy art house kind of. So this movie's definitely a nice surprise. I expect no less from Lynne Ramsay. So I give Die My Love an 8 out of 10.